I want to do a podcast about bags.
I'm not stopping. Bags?
Yeah, mail bags.
Or she.
Yeah, don't worry about that now. Are you interested?
What? So there are bags full of men?
Or she.
Yeah, don't worry about that now. So a mailbag episode then?
Yeah, I've put a post out on social media asking for questions, but no one responded, so I've just asked all our friends.
Right, I'm in.
Should we do one now? Hello and a happy new year from Movie the Needle. My name's Simon and I'm in our shed with my good friend Carl, and we are delving into our sacks again for our second ever mailbag episode. This week we are sharing feedback and addressing some of the questions that have been sent in from our loyal listeners, some of whom we didn't even pay. So strap yourselves in as answers ensue as we open the Movie the Needle mailbag.
I'm back to being good friend.
Yes, I know. I had to add it in as you nearly cried last time when I left it out. So, didn't realise you were quite so sensitive. But there you go. I got a call at, what's the word? I got mentioned twice in the all-company meeting at work today about my podcast. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. A couple of my teammates mentioned it specifically to help get it out there, which could be a good thing, or career suicide. We'll see.
That's nice / scary.
Yes, but someone messaged on the chat saying, "Oh, I listened to the Star Wars episode. It was exactly what I thought it'd be." I was just like, "That could mean anything."
Yeah. But, and what did you think?
It's
It's the 5-star review problem.
Indeed,
Just in different form.
So yeah, so Christ knows. So if our rating starts to drop down, that's because all my colleagues have started listening and just...
Yeah, we'll find out how much they really like you, won't we?
Oh, I can make a good guess.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. I was thinking about our episode last week.
The bracket, the tournament.
Yeah, the mechanical fixings episode. And I was puzzled at the time as to why I was so high on The Martian. I kept saying like good things about it, but I was looking back at my ratings and my notes yesterday when I was logging a few things on Letterboxd, and it's fine. I do essentially think it's a decent enough movie. I just don't fucking like it.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, a fair. What did it come? Second, was it? Third. It was up
in the
there.
thing,
It was up
top
there,
three.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
So fair enough. I'm comfortable with it.
Good stuff. So it's the new year, Carl. 2025.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everything go all right with your Christmas?
yeah.
Christmas rooster up to scratch?
Yes, Christmas Rooster was delicious.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Good stuff.
But have you been watching any movies over the Christmas period?
Oh, mate, I've watched loads of films this week.
Yeah, go on then, hit me with some.
Let me start with the non-Christmassy ones.
Okay.
I've watched 28 Days Later
Okay, cool.
and 28 Weeks Later.
Oh, what do you think?
They were firsts for me. 28 Days Later is quite good. 28 Weeks Later is just a shitter version in every way.
It is not as good, that is true.
It was fine, but, I watched it straight after. And I do...
You should have waited.
I should have waited. Because you do sometimes... That's an error. Because it's like, oh, well, if I'd given this a bit of time...
24 weeks, maybe.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that could... Although that'll bugger me for the 28 years later, won't it? That's coming out soon. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to put in some sort of factor. But, yeah. Whilst we're on that, when I said that, what did you say to me 28 weeks later?
I don't know. What did I say?
Shot on an iPhone 15.
Oh, 28 years later is, or I think...
28 weeks later.
Was it as well?
It was as well, yeah.
Oh, probably not an iPhone 15 because it wasn't around then, but
Yeah, but they say like shot in Thailand. Have you seen the iPhone in question?
No. Has it been pimped up? Pimped
Has
out,
it? Jesus Christ, yeah. Let me see if I've got the picture handy.
It's basically an iPhone 15 screen.
It's basically a marketing flex.
Yeah.
From Apple is what it is, because they are, using a piece of technology that far surpasses anything that films have been made on, bar the last 20 years.
Yeah.
But for the entire rest of history of cinema, it doesn't quite hold up as a claim. I can't find a picture. I'll find it in the break, and
okay.
you can have a laugh at that. But yeah, so I watched those two.
Definitely not Christmas movies.
Not
That's
Christmas
fair.
movies. And then I've finally got through The Power of the Dog. What a slog that was.
Oh, yeah. So I didn't actually give that a rating.
No,
I was
I saw that.
looking at earlier. I was just like, oh, why didn't I rate that? That's a bit weird.
Probably because it's a right old slug, mate.
Yeah. I don't really have very strong memories of it, to be honest. I only watched it, I think, last year. But yeah. I don't know.
It's
That's Cumberbatch, right?
it's Cumberbatch, and he's pretty good in it.
Yeah.
But
It's the repressed homosexual cowboy.
yeah, it's a bit right. They're playing with like those themes of like, oh, this is big and deep and interesting, and of course the themes are, but he doesn't really do anything with them, and it ends up being not that deep or interesting. I didn't think. It looks nice,
It does look
but
nice.
it's very slow, and you're like, oh, yeah. I found that photo I sent you, the shot entirely on an iPhone.
Oh, good stuff. I'll take a look.
Yeah, and then on to my Christmas films.
Oh, let me do my non-Christmas movies first.
Oh,
then.
go on. Yeah,
So I watched Belfast. Kenneth Branagh
I've heard good
directed.
things. I've heard good things.
Yeah. That's the iPhone 15. That's ridiculous. Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Just
buried under
just
all
like
that
my iPhone. That.
thousands and thousands of pounds worth of cutting edge tech.
yeah.
Somewhere is a cutting edge iPhone.
Yeah. So Belfast. I was a little bit torn on it. I still haven't rated it because I'm still making up my mind.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It's yeah. I won't give too much away because you've not watched it yet.
No, I haven't got to that one yet.
And then the other. I'm going to call this a non-Christmas film, even though it was in the Christmas section on Disney Plus.
Okay,
Lies. Nutcrackers.
I've not seen it.
So Ben Stiller as an uncle who returns to his sister's house after she has died, and her crazy 4 kids are running riot, and he has to look after them. They say it's a Christmas movie because one of the scenes takes place in the run up to Christmas.
Oh God, it's like
Not
that
Christmas movie.
Carry On film.
Okay. And every time that Carry On film was, Barbara wins again, get it out.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, Carry On.
Taron
Isn't it?
Egerton.
Carry On. Yeah, Carry On. As in airport baggage. Carry On. Yeah, they've blatantly trying to hijack the Die Hard Christmas movie fandom, aren't they? Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess it's meant to be sort of a feel-goody thing, so at least it gets like that kind of points for Christmas. But
This is your Nutcrackers.
yeah. That was very it's fine.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, it's all Christmas movies for me.
Well, I kicked mine off with That Christmas.
Ooh, yes, I also watched that.
I liked that a lot.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. It was kind of in my wheelhouse. Schmaltzy.
And of course, because he stays away from
Hard drugs.
love and women, largely, and it's more centred around kids and family, he manages just about to avoid really, really being a cunt about those sorts of things. So that's good, isn't it, from Richard Curtis?
Yeah.
There was a tiny little misstep in there,
Yeah, go on.
I thought, which was the really lame joke about how you can't have religion in your nativity anymore. And they're all being taught about multiculturalism and diversity, and they're all being taught to be vegans, aren't they? Right?
Yeah.
Which is actually, I listened to a podcast about Love Actually after watching it, and then, as they pointed out in this, he made the same fucking gag in that, because in the nativity they're dressed up as a lobster.
Lobsters, yeah.
Because you can't have religion anymore, of course. Which is a shitty joke because it's a right wing trope that's not really true. And it's just not funny. And the thing I sort of said was that the problem with putting that in there, as well as being unfunny, is now you've just invited a load of people, even though in theory they should go,
Woke nonsense.
yeah, I told you, you can't say nothing these days, can you? You've just invited a load of people to dismiss it as woke nonsense, and sure enough, the reviews are there, and I just, you miserable fucking idiot, because it's such a sentimental, harmless film.
Yeah.
How miserable have you got to be to get bogged down on something like that?
But yeah,
But I did see it coming when it was there. I thought, oh god, that's bad. That's gonna fucking fuel the wrong people.
Yeah, but it hit all the right spots for me. Definitely hit me in the feels, as they say, Carl. I know you love that phrase.
Yeah, definitely. I think some people will brush it off as overly sentimental, and that's fine, but I really liked it.
Yeah. Nice film. I also watched Red One.
Yes, no, I followed that Christmas up with Red One. I didn't like that as much, I have to say.
I mean, it's getting a lot of hate.
It's very, very bad. Now, I didn't hate it.
No.
I won't say I didn't enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's a very bad film.
Yeah, it's also massively overly long.
Oh, yeah, that's a big part of its problem, yeah.
But the boy came up with something very insightful after watching that.
Oh, yes, you teased this. This is exciting.
Yeah. So he said, after watching Red One, how movies suffer in quality when they are just jam-packed full of big stars and they try and get them in there.
Right. Fuck off. Let's get him on. Right.
He did somewhat undermine that by saying that it was a positive Red One because despite them being full of big stars, he liked Red One.
So we disagree. Great. Get him on. Yeah.
I was pretty proud of him.
Yeah, that's good.
He is further along, a good 30 years younger than me. And
well, they grow up fast these days, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Red One. It was The Rock was very serious in it.
I thought that.
Like, where's the fun, Rock?
Yeah. Because he's bad. He's a bad actor. He only works if he's ridiculous.
Yeah.
If he's the comic relief.
Very odd choice that he was just straight serious actor.
Yeah, I
thought you weren't already getting the best out of The Rock here. You want to be doing
very strange
the funny lines and stuff. And he did a couple of like Arnie one-liners which were bad. He's just like, no, what are you doing? Come on.
And then J.K. Simmons, Santa, binned him off.
Yeah.
Binned him off like 15 minutes into the film.
It's just like, that's good. Oh, yeah, J.K. Simmons as Santa. Oh, he's great. Oh, yeah, and he's awesome. And the ones things I did quite like, right, was because all these different Christmas movies come up with different mechanisms for how Santa does it, right? How he goes through.
Listen, you must have read my review because you're just parroting it word for word, beat for beat here.
I thought it was quite cool. The some of the stuff they came up with that, like the miniature presents and the stuff like that.
Yeah.
How they used that technology in the movie was somewhat shite, but some good lines. Chris Evans was giving it a good go.
Again, it's like you read my review. Right. The problem with that movie is the setup is good. Like you say, their take on how to integrate the Santa mythology into the real world and modernise it, very, very good. You think this is going to be all right, right? The Rock is playing it serious, but he's still obviously ridiculous. When he's in the mall and everything, it's like he doesn't belong in this world. He looks silly. This is going to be fine. When it bins all of that off and just devolves into complete fantasy land, the film just falls apart. Now, some people like the whole Krampus thing and the dark elements of it. That's fine, but it doesn't fucking work for this film.
It doesn't belong in it, does it?
It doesn't belong in it, right? If they played it safer...
Sequel, that's what you want to do. It's Krampus for the sequel, you see.
Well, maybe.
But
then the problem is, as I wrote in my review, you end up inevitably heading towards remaking the Santa Claus 3, which is what they've done.
Yes.
Somehow they've turned something out worse. There you go. Well played.
I don't think it's worse than Santa Claus 3.
I'm not sure. But yeah, they've been the Krampus bit off, and they stick with their idea of the sort of the modern Santa in this world. Chris Evans is perfectly cast for the scumbag dad who is probably still going to do the right thing.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah, he does all right.
And they could have made a perfectly serviceable.
Yeah, you could have cut the Krampus bit. That's 25 minutes. That's 25 minutes gone. You
Christmas
sorted.
film.
You're away. 1 hour 40. Let's go.
Yeah, would have helped with the length, everything, but no, they've really over-egged the pudding on that one, haven't they?
Yeah, but that's all I've seen. Have you seen any more?
Yeah. So I followed that up with the 53 minutes of the BBC-produced Click and Collect.
Oh,
which is obviously a short film with Stephen Merchant, Asim Chowdhury in. And having suffered through Red One somewhat, I didn't hate it, but 53 minutes. Oh, it really brought it home. Yeah, just really rescued it. It's like a cross between Jingle All the Way and Planes, Trains and Automobiles.
Oh, okay.
And the nice thing about that is because you already know, and it's obvious that that's what it is after 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Nice thing is because you already know exactly how those films go. They can introduce that idea, and then they can just get right on with it.
Yeah.
So that was pretty decent. Didn't mind that at all. Click and Collect.
Okay.
Then I watched Candy Cane Lane.
I mean, it sounds shite.
Eddie Murphy, 2023.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Yeah.
I think it's a half a star better than Red One.
I Wow.
This one's more like a cross between Deck the Halls and Jumanji.
Right. Okay.
Which is kind of interesting as an idea, and there's some sort of, nice enough bits and funny enough bits, but it's pretty bad.
Yes, I've not seen Eddie Murphy as a human for a while in a film.
He's all right. If anything, he's reined in a little too much.
Okay.
I could have done with
Losing
more
a bit of Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Yeah. And then I finished off with Home Alone. The first one.
Yes. So I gave Theo the choice of watching Red One or going back to Home Alone. He said, "Oh no, watch Red One." I think because it's
Fair
a 12.
enough, yeah,
Because it's a 12A.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's smart. He's seen his opportunity. He's going to seize it.
Counting the shits that you can get out there.
Oh, I tell you what, my eldest really enjoyed the swearing.
That age is just like, oh.
Yeah, just kept looking across like, yeah.
Yeah, very good.
No, yeah, there we go. You're getting back on the Home Alone before Christmas now.
Yeah. I mean, it's after Christmas now, Carl. Remember?
Oh shit! Yeah, of course it is.
Have you got any apologies or anything? I've
got correction.
Okay, correction. Go for it.
It's more of a clarification, actually. Wade Garrett again. Wade Garrett, he just won't go away, will he?
Why? What was he in? Dillahunt?
Yeah, we were trying to place Garrett Dillahunt's name.
Yeah.
And I threw out Wade Garrett, and we were like, that's it.
Yeah,
and then obviously we corrected that
it,
later. But where did Wade Garrett come from? We don't know. Who's Wade Garrett? Don't know. I
Said he
found
sounded
out.
like an American footballer or someone. Yeah.
I found out.
And?
Roadhouse.
It's not him, is it?
Wade Garrett is Dalton's mate in the original Roadhouse, played by somebody. Yeah, Wade Garrett isn't in the Roadhouse remake because that sort of foil has been replaced by the character played by Hannah Lanier.
Oh, okay.
Woke nonsense. She's black as well. Outrageous.
Oh, dear.
Bernard Matthews will be spinning in his grave.
Bernard Matthews, yes.
Yeah, so, there you go. Wade Garrett.
After he's killed all his roosters.
Yeah, roosters. Yeah. Oh, it's Christmas roosters as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's all there. Anything from you?
No, that's it.
All right, well, it's about this time.
Oh, yes, unveil the ale, of course.
Yeah.
Unveil! Look, what is it? What's the theme? Because we're kind of New Year.
The theme is,
Year ale?
I went to Home
Mailbag
Bargains and picked up a couple of beers that you can't get in my local shops.
Unveil the special ale.
So we're kicking off
Bum, bum, bum.
with a Königsgold,
Königsgold.
which is supposedly a premium lager from Germany.
Sounds foreign.
Well, I mean, it's actually brewed in Germany, so we'll enjoy that.
Look at that. Thank you. Oh,
So well played, Home Bargains. And then because I was in Home Bargains and they do it, and it's becoming something of a pod regular, I've got the Nigerian brewed foreign extra.
In Home Bargains?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I wouldn't have ever picked that they would have that.
Yes.
That's amazing. Good stuff. We'll crack through this.
Yeah. So starting off with a Königsgold.
Excellent. Well, let's crack these open and we'll get to the mailbag. Carl, are you ready to delve deep into your sack?
Yeah, I am. But before we talk too much about my sack and its contents, as you point out, this isn't Königsgold, it's Königsgold.
Königsgold. Yeah. Königsgold sounds better, though. So,
Yeah, we'll run with that.
yeah. It's all right. Yeah, that's the trick.
Yep, lovely.
Right. So, to the mailbag. So, we have been inundated with questions.
We have actually got quite a few questions.
We
How
have
many
got
of these are your wife?
None.
None.
I don't think she sent anything through. No.
Oh, she's slacking.
I know, right? I think after you dissed her last questions, then yeah.
Yeah, it didn't stop one of that ilk coming in, though, did it, for fuck's sake?
No, we'll get to that. Okay, so the first one is friend of the pod, Will. So starting off with an insult, always good.
Yep.
So
Classic movie, The Needle Fodder.
So your whole shtick is arguing about the merits of a film, but what is your favourite bad movie? That's actually not the insult. The insult comes later. Favourite bad movie, Carl? You got anything you want to kick us off with?
Yeah. Of course, my notes aren't in the order the questions are. Why would they be?
That was definitely the first one we sent through. Come on.
Yeah, it is. I think I do have. I've got an honourable mention as well.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me give you my logic, right? It could be Love Actually.
Okay, so I've said, on those lines, I've got guilty pleasures, right?
Yeah.
That I've watched way too much. I don't think you can consider necessarily good, but also maybe not bad. You know what I mean? Like, they're not like awful films.
I mean, I think Love Actually is quite problematic, right?
It's problematic.
I listened to this podcast on it, and they were hitting all those beats, and they're very hard to argue with. And look, and I like the film. I can't argue with the bad points about it. They were also pointing out a few production things that were quite bad. Okay. And the problem is,
so I think
they're right on that. I think they're right on that as well.
I was going to say it's a competently made film. If you start calling that into question as well,
so it's like a lot of Curtis films. Does it work when it's trying to be sentimental, when he gets the music right and he gets the shot right and and all the rest of it? Sure, it does. So you can kind of go, oh, it's well made at least, but that's only like part of it. When you sort of pull at the threads of some of the other stuff, you're like, oh, it's actually quite shit as well, isn't it? Because that was his directorial debut.
It was, yeah.
Actually, it could be Love Actually. I'm not going to go with that. I think. So I've got two others. I've got A Good Year. Ridley Scott, Russell Crowe.
Oh, I mean, okay.
It's a bad movie, no doubt.
Yeah?
You don't think that's a bad movie?
I mean, I did not enjoy it.
You see, I'm the other way. I quite enjoy it. And, I write my review and I don't pull any punches. I'm like, God, this is shit. Quite liked it, though. Don't know why. Right?
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Or Shoot 'em Up. Now, I like Shoot 'em Up a lot more than I like A Good Year.
Yeah.
But I also kind of think Shoot 'em Up, for what it's going for, is not like straight up. It's not a bad film.
No, I mean, it's definitely going for something, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of intentionally a little bit like, yeah, we know what we're doing here.
So I really like that film. And it's, it's not the greatest film in the world. Maybe it's that. But then I think, although I like A Good Year less, that's definitely a bad film. So it could be A Good Year. I think it's A Good Year.
Okay. So, the guilty pleasure things, I've put Love Actually. That's like a guilty pleasure that I could say, it's not bad, but it's definitely not good. Bring It On is another one that I've watched a lot more than I should have. Cheerleader film, Kirsten Dunst.
Okay.
It's basically like a teen comedy romancy thing.
Yeah, sounds right up your alley.
It's shite, but I love it. But I think the correct answer here...
Looking at women much too young for you. You should be in Love Actually.
Not when I first watched it. They were too old for me, if anything. I think the correct answer here, and Will's going to like this, it's not a particularly original one, though, is The Room, 2003. Tommy Wiseau. I never know how to pronounce his name. It's his, passion project, right? It's a piece of absolute genius shit.
Right.
It's so bad. It's like... And you say about competent made. This is not competently made.
Right.
It's shite. Absolute shite. Terrible, but so fucking hilariously shit. It's brilliant. You need to watch it with friends and with beer.
Oh, yeah.
It's essential.
Yeah.
But you'll have a great time, and it is infinitely quotable.
I haven't watched a film like that for a while. We should try and sort something like that out.
Yeah.
Get together and watch a shit film.
We had, so with Will, we get together, we try and get together at least once a year and do that sort of, watch very bad films, drink, eat pizza, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And there's another couple of mentions here as well that we watched on one of our last ones of doing this. So hilariously bad, but not quite at the level of hilarious bad of The Room, but pretty close. Blackbird, directed and starring Michael Flatley, that of the Riverdance dude. And he's kind of playing like a James Bond kind of character.
Of course he is. Yeah.
Women fucking love him, obviously.
I bet they do.
Yeah,
I bet they do.
Cool as shit. And
I mean, women do love him, but I suspect not the demographic of women that are in that movie.
No, he wears a hat at a very jaunty angle throughout.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. And then there's a guy called Neil Breen, who has got a lot of...
He's pretty Irish as well.
Quite a few films. And the one I watched was Fateful Findings, which, again, is just like... It's like if you and me made a film, not that sort of film. If you and me made a film, it would be...
I mean, that'd be bad too, to be fair.
It'd be awful. That would be really bad. Although, happy ending.
Yeah. Is it, though? A minute of crying, a minute of action and 9 minutes of crying.
It works for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's again absolute shite. But if you're a bit drunk and watching it, brilliant.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, next one is from Martin on Twitter. So he says, "Hi guys, two-parter for the Q&A to Mailbag. Have you ever been blown away by something in
Or
the
she.
cinema and then bitterly disappointed on a rewatch at home? Right, so I only realised in the last 12 months since we've done this podcast that opinions can change anyway. So,
Yes.
difficult.
It's true, that, isn't it?
Difficult one. And this is, I guess, not really, this is more not blown away, but much, much more favourable, right? So I was not blown away by Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, but I did rate it 4 when I saw it at a cinema, which bemuses me how I rated it 4, because having rewatched it, that score is at least halved and continue. It's like, what is it, Half-Life? Continues to half every time I watch it.
Yeah.
Gets worse and worse. Every time I think of it, I get angry and, just want to
That can happen,
kill
can't
J.J.
it?
Abrams. Got
Yeah,
a lot
that
to
can
answer
happen.
for. So that would be the main one. The other one that I would mention is another Superman Returns. So this was the Bryan Singer.
This is Cavill, though, isn't it?
No, before
Cavill.
that, no, Brandon Routh. So
no
a
idea.
while ago. This is the first Superman film after basically the big gap from the Reeve ones, yeah. And I was this was a time when I was massively into Smallville. I loved the Superman thing, really getting into it. Watched that. I was just like, yeah, this is great. And then
You're like,
rewatched
who's
it,
this
like,
guy? He's not Dean Cain.
yeah, Dean Cain. Well, exactly. Fucking Dean
The
Cain.
New Adventures of Superman.
Yeah, Lois and Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on rewatch, it's not as not as good as I first thought in the cinema for sure. Although I still have a bit of a soft spot for it.
It's funny that you've gone with your sort of, I don't know, fanboy in the movie The Needle Sense ones with Star Wars and Superman, because mine is a Bond film.
Interesting. Okay.
So The World Is Not Enough was the first Bond film I'd seen in the cinema. So I'd have been about 14. I didn't go to see the other two. I think we discussed this on the Bond episode. I was probably too young for the GoldenEye one. Should have gone to see
Tomorrow
The World Is
Never
Not
Dies,
Enough. Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah.
No idea why I didn't. Just didn't. Obviously, very, very familiar with the franchise. Watched them all. Loved them. But yeah, it was the first one I went to see at the cinema. Came out of the cinema thinking, oh my God, I want to go watch that again. It was amazing.
Did you get the Christmas comes only once a year joke at the time, do you reckon?
No. Just laughed along because everybody else was laughing along. I loved it. Played the game on the N64, which honestly was a slightly shitter version of GoldenEye,
100%.
crossed with Perfect Dark.
Yep.
But loved it. Cemented my love for it. And then watched it as an adult and went, oh, it's a bit shit, isn't it? And honestly, I've come back round to it. I can still find the fun in it. I still enjoy it. But I thought that was a great film. It most decidedly is not
great.
No, it's not.
All right. Well, thank you, Martin. We'll come back to your other questions shortly. So we're going to go.
There is a second half to that question, though, isn't there?
There is. We'll come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, you tease.
Ooh, yeah. Well, I like to mix it up so it doesn't just we've got three people. People get confused and
yeah.
realise that there's we're all over the. Yeah. So I'll call them something slightly different. So Martin next time will be Marty. Will's going to be William. We've got William. Anyway, so
Sounds like he's in trouble.
Yeah.
William.
So we're going to go for Kira. So on a similar line.
William, he can be an astronaut if he wants to be. Leave him alone.
No matter where he's from.
Yeah.
Build the wall. No, wait. So what was the last film
beer up, then.
you watched that when it ended, you just shouted, what the fuck was that? At the end of it? Or, is that it? Go on, Carl, you can kick us off.
Well, can I, though? Can I? Am I in the right place in my notes?
Okay, well, do you want me to kick off
Yes,
while you
I'd
find
love
that?
you
Okay.
to kick off.
So there's a few here recently, actually, this year. So one is from back in January. I watched this 2023 film starring Anne Hathaway called Eileen. And it was one of those where it kind of, I was just saying, I was sat next to him, if it ends here, they can fuck right off. And it just ended there. I was just like, what the fuck was that? That was just shit. So there was that one. I don't think you've seen that one.
No, I
You've
haven't seen that
Eileen.
one. No,
you like
I haven't.
Anne Hathaway, though, right?
I do like Anne Hathaway, yeah.
You might like it. The other one I think I talked about briefly on the podcast, which is Bottoms. I think right at the start of the podcast this year, I just didn't really get the humour, so I was a bit just like, less. What the fuck is this? Just more. And then the other one was Manodrome with Jesse Eisenberg and Adrian Brody.
You talked about this on the podcast as well.
Yeah, fucking weird. And yeah, that's just that was more of a what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah.
And why did someone decide this was a good idea? You got anything?
Yeah. So, what the fuck was that? I'm sort of drawn towards your knock knocks, your nymphomaniacs, your landmine goes clicks, right? All terrible films for different reasons. But really, I don't know if they qualify for this question because it was fairly obvious how shit they were well before the ending. So for one that is a bit more sort of out of nowhere, and I do really only mean sort of because you could kind of see this coming as well. Maybe it was not out of nowhere; it was more out of meh. I don't know. Saltburn.
Interesting.
Because I get going through Saltburn. Is this good? It might be good. Has he got anything to say? So it's just talented Mr. Shitley then, is it?
Yeah.
And why is he flinging his John Thomas around about the place? Hell of a pace, mind.
Yeah, hell of a piece. That is going to make an appearance in a later question for me as well.
Just like no. That's what I feel about that film. No.
And so I've got another couple of answers to this, two different angles. So first was...
We're still talking about Barry Keoghan's dick.
No. That's the angles they gave us were quite enough, thank you.
Plentiful they were, weren't they? Plentiful, those angles.
Yep, fine with that. No, the different angle is a film that I actually really liked, but it got to the end and I kind of go, I did not realise this was a cliffhanger at the end, and there is another part coming some point in the future. And that was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, where it became apparent that this was a second part of a trilogy, which I had no idea of. So I just left the cinema going, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
But actually the winner, I think, here, where I finished the film going, what the fuck was that, was Roadhouse.
Yeah.
With Conor McGregor.
And you did text me to say, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. And that was, it's kind of similar, but it's like this film was tooting along very nicely. Quite enjoying Jake Gyllenhaal.
With his woke nonsense.
Yeah, good fun. With his female black friends. It's outrageous. Yeah. But, and then that happens. McGregor turns up and just becomes a completely different thing. Yes. And it's just like, I just felt railroaded. I'm still a little bit angry now.
Did you see much of the marketing trail for that film?
No, I don't think I did. I think I basically saw like an advert on Amazon Prime. That was it.
Jake Gyllenhaal, understandably, quite obviously thinks Conor McGregor is
a twat.
A twat. Yeah. Because there's so many interviews where you can just see...
Are they together at any point?
Yeah, they're together a lot.
Oh, fantastic.
And there's so many interviews where you can just see where Jake Gyllenhaal is sat back just smiling going, you are a fucking idiot, aren't you? You are a fucking idiot.
I do like Jake Gyllenhaal as well. Cause
and he's proper got like a couple of moments where it's like he's just put 50p in him and let him go and just gone, you're making a right tool of yourself here. And he
back
just
and
just sits back and enjoys it. Yeah.
Anyway.
It's ridiculous.
So yeah, there's that. So we've got a question from Johnny via Twitter. So what I reworded this. So actually I'm going to do it as what movie from the last year have you enjoyed the most? Now I took this to be a 2024 release movie first. So for me that was Dune Part 2. That was the one that I enjoyed the most that was released in the 2024. You took this slightly differently because you've not seen that many 2024 films.
I was looking down the list and realised
so
everything I was going to say as an answer to this was from 2023.
Yeah. So the one you watched this year that you enjoyed the most?
So, I mean, I've watched 200 films this year and I've enjoyed so many. I've given out a lot of 5 stars, a lot of those like hearts on Letterboxd.
Enjoy different to think's really good as well, though. So
yeah, a lot of hearts though. A lot of hearts. I realised, by the way, I heart about half of the films I log on Letterboxd.
Oh, interesting.
It's really close to half.
What I've realised is that I watch a lot more films I don't like now than I used to because of the podcast.
Well, that's kind of interesting, though, because, I mean, when we're doing our Oscars episodes, watching films that you would never normally watch and stuff like that, it's all...
No, it's good. Yeah, it's good fun.
It's all good stuff. And then think how much you appreciate when one comes along that you do like.
I know. Well, I'm very, very selfish on the old 5 stars now. Selfish? That's not right.
No, that's fine.
Very
that's fine.
harsh on the
They've
5
got to
stars.
earn it. They've got to earn it. So, I mean, I've seen a lot of films for the first time this year that I really enjoyed, like Before Sunrise, After Sun, 12 Angry Men, absolute classic. Il Postino, we talked about in the
That was
Oscar
a great
special.
surprise, wasn't it, that one?
Yeah. My number one, the one I probably am looking back on the most fondly this year, is probably After Sun. Really loved that film.
Which we may talk about in
You're
more
a cunt,
detail in a
aren't you?
future episode.
Yeah.
Which links on to another question that we had from Adam via WhatsApp, one of my friends, who says, "Who the fuck is Paul Mescal and why is he here?"
Good segue. Good segue. So I assumed here he was talking about Gladiator 2.
Yes, I think he had watched Gladiator 2 and he was like, who is this guy? He'd not seen anything he'd been in, hadn't seen him coming, and there he is in one of the sort of biggest sort of flag... What am I trying to say? I was going to say tentpole and then flagpole. What's the thing? You have a movie. Is it a flagpole movie or a tentpole movie? Is it either of those things?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Big movie. One of the biggest movies of the year. There we go.
Yeah. Marquee?
Marquee! Shit,
Yeah,
it's the thing that keeps up the marquee.
Yeah, you've gone structural.
Or goes on top of the marquee.
You've gone structural there. Yeah. You're still in bracket mode here. So, there are a lot of problems with Gladiator 2. You haven't seen it yet.
No, not seen it yet. No.
A lot of problems with Gladiator 2. I still think it's perfectly enjoyable as a popcorn movie. It doesn't work as a sequel, etc., etc., etc. I will suggest, though, that perhaps Adam has made a slight mistake.
Okay. Does he think? Is he thinking Denzel? Has he got confused?
No. The mistake is thinking that Mescal is replacing Russell Crowe.
Right.
So because people go into this with the expectation of, Gladiator, I loved Gladiator.
Therefore, it'll
By
be
the way,
same.
I imagine everybody who goes in with that expectation is going to be disappointed because it's not a very good film, right? The mistake he's making is thinking that Mescal's replacing Crowe. He's not. Pedro Pascal's character is the more sort of Russell Crowe character, right?
Is he more of a secondary character in it?
Pascal? Not really. I mean, he is compared to Mescal, but not really, no. His sort of story arc, much more similar to Crowe's and what he's trying to bring. Now, Mescal is employed in the film as it is, basically just to be a little terrier, just to be this little ball of rage, which I think they literally call him in the film. And he's very serviceable as that. Absolutely fine. If you're looking to him in this film, which I contend you shouldn't be, for gravitas, it ain't there. It ain't there. It's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be with Pedro Pascal and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, is it shit? Sure. Is there a way you can appreciate it? Yeah, I think so.
Have you seen Mescal in anything else apart from After Sun? He's been in All of Us Strangers.
I feel like there's one
The Lost Daughter.
film. Okay, it's not coming to mind.
Normal People. He was in a
After Sun was
miniseries.
definitely the first thing I've seen him in. So maybe not. Maybe not, actually.
No, I've only ever seen him in After Sun. Actually, that's not true. I've watched The Last Daughter, but I don't... Lost Daughter, sorry. But I don't actually remember him in it. So I don't think... I think he must have been like a supporting character. That I just wasn't aware of his existence at that point. I thought he was pretty good in After Sun, but he has got that look of him, right? He doesn't scream movie star, does he?
No, he's a bit more normal than that.
Everyman kind of looking.
Yeah, he's a bit more normal than that.
Yeah. But yeah, difficult.
To go back to the question, I take the point that why is this normal guy replacing Maximus Decimus Meridius?
He's no Russell Crowe.
He isn't a Russell Crowe, but actually the film's not asking him to be. It's doing something slightly different with him, and I think he's okay in it.
All right. Well, thank you for your question. We go back now to Will. Simon seems to show a penchant for schmaltzy, overly simplistic romances. Do you think this is because you weren't loved as a child? Do you want to psychoanalyze me, Carl?
Yes, I think there's definitely some daddy issues there. We've spoken about time and why you gravitate so blindly towards the father-son story arc in that and ignore the time-travelling rapist because, that's not what you're fixated on. That's not what's important to you.
No.
We know the absent father in your film habits as your brother's had to step in and fill the breach.
Oh, from a film perspective, sure.
And give you that sort of upbringing. So, I mean, I'm really sorry if your dad is listening, by the way.
He would definitely won't be.
All right, okay, right, yeah, okay. Nailed on, Daddy doesn't love me stuff here. He probably never will. Let it go.
I mean, just in case my dad is listening,
I'm really sorry about that.
He is actually a fucking awesome dad. And I think that's why I obviously gravitate towards these awesome dad characters, because I just go like, yes, it's just like my dad on film.
Yeah, you love the daddies, don't you?
I do. I think actually what it's more to do with is my consistent rejection as a teen than the lack of love from my family. So I think it's more the...
that's why I hate women.
The rejection from...
Well, checks out, doesn't it? Yeah. About time, get to manipulate them, push them around. Ooh, that's why I like Love Actually as well, isn't it? Ooh, yes.
Sure. But yeah, it's just escapism, going to that place, get swept away. Hopeless romantic is basically a heart that I am ignoring, the shadier aspects.
Good. Now, what was Will's question?
Do you think it was because I wasn't loved as a child?
Oh, that was just the question?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the question. Okay, we go to Jamie B on Instagram. So, this is a tricky one. Oh, this made me actually think, you bastard. Right. Which movie doesn't have a sequel that you wish did?
Oh, this is a great question.
And which movie has a sequel that you wish didn't?
Yeah, this is a great question.
This is harder than I thought it'd be. When that came up, I was just like, oh, yeah, the stuff will just come to mind here. It did not. I had to really, really think about this, and I'm not entirely happy with my answers. So I'm going to hand over to you first.
Okay, right, I've got some answers. This is a really good question. I will say I am not thirsty for sequels.
Sure.
At all. Right, there's too many of them. Yeah, we're just rehashing old ideas. Now, a lot of the time, I'm sort of fairly able to leave them be and not have them dilute down the original film, right?
Yep.
Some films would be brilliant if you just left them alone because they are brilliant films. But then the more you do your films, it sort of drags the whole body of work down. I'm usually pretty good with sort of compartmentalising and going, the sequel's shit, but it doesn't matter. I still love the first one.
You're going to say
the
Before
answer
Sunset
I've got
here, aren't you?
is Before Sunset. Because that one doesn't give me a choice, because that one does the thing that some of these sequels do, which is come in and clear up and tie up loose plot ends and tell me what happened in the first one and change it like that. So
that's one you wish didn't have a sequel.
I wish that did not have a sequel. I really, really enjoyed Before Sunrise. And I think Before Sunset has taken it to a place I didn't want it to go. I think it's taken away some of the magic of the first one. And I also really resent it now because it's a fucking trilogy. And at some point I have to watch the third.
Please do at some point as well. This is the
year.
I
will watch it at some point, but yeah, I wish it didn't exist for sure.
So the one I wish didn't have a sequel. So I've gone... I did struggle with this. And I've cheated a little bit. Can I say Terminator 2? I wish that didn't have a sequel.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
Like any subsequent films, just Terminator 2, stop.
Yeah, they definitely take a...
And it literally add nothing. There's no added anything to it. It just, again, goes through that thing of trying to answer questions which you didn't have and just basically round it all out. So don't like that. The other one, which is a less of a classic, obviously brilliant film to start with, but Kingsman, don't need sequels. I don't need expanded universe or prequels to it or anything like that. I quite like the concept for Kingsman.
Agreed.
It was good. Just do that standalone. Brilliant. There you go. Off you go. And then the other one, comedy, Anchorman.
Oh, yeah.
Quite like Anchorman.
Yeah.
Big fan of it. Very quotable. Come back with Anchorman 2, trying to capture it in a bottle again. Doesn't quite work.
I heard a really good observation on another podcast about Anchorman. Is Anchorman kind of works so well because it is a bit more of a parody and sort of self-aware in that they know they're all ridiculous and the misogyny is funny.
Yes.
Because it's ridiculous.
All misogyny is funny, Carl, remember?
Oh, of course. But then what we get with the sequel is they just, that was actually really popular and people love saying the shit to each other.
Same...
So we'll just lean into that completely and over-egg it. And it's like, well, you're just chitting all over your own joke at this point.
I know. I think particularly with comedies, it really damages them. Just to expand this slightly to future films and remakes that I wish aren't going to be made. American Psycho, why are they remaking American Psycho? God. Why?
Awful. And it's got Austin Butler in it, who's in fucking everything.
Oh, is he in it?
Yeah, he's going to be Patrick Bateman.
I've seen him in a couple of things, and he's pretty decent, but...
Yeah, he's not Patrick Bateman.
It's just no need. What about the other side of the coin?
Yeah, so the other side of the coin, again, I'm not particularly sequel thirsty. Not that I don't enjoy a fair few sequels. I've got two answers for this. One fits better than the other. So Inception. Came out of the cinema thinking, my God, I wish that was spread over 3 films. I wish that was a trilogy.
That's a good answer.
No, it doesn't really work because you couldn't do a sequel because they've already tied it up.
Yes.
But that was
if they had gone into it knowing...
Yeah, such a big idea. And at that point, Nolan was very anti-sequel. But whatever. So it doesn't really work because they've already tied it up. But such a big idea, they could have easily got 2 or 3 films out of that without wearing out the idea. It would have been fantastic. So the actual answer I've got that does fit the question a bit better is Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World.
I've still not seen that.
It's a really, really good sort of historical epic / action film.
What would you call the sequel?
Well, it depends which book they do. So the book is Far Side of the World. There's like 20 books.
Oh, yeah, but what would you call it?
The Master and Commander series has lots of books. The one they did in that film is the Far Side of the World book.
Yeah.
So it depends which book they pick, Simon.
But if you could name it.
Well, I'd call it Master and Commander. And then I'd do a colon. Yeah. And then I'd just put a little placeholder.
The longest title in the world.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
2.
I don't think I'd call it Master and Commander 2. I think that'd be really shit.
Master and Commanderer.
No. Again, Master and Commander's the name of the book. It's like saying Lord of the Rings.
Don't be ridiculous. That's a classic.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Good. So yeah, Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World. They were going to do a sequel. It did make money, but not enough.
Yeah, it didn't do great, did it? It was.
Yeah, it was sort of middling. So they never go because a really expensive film to produce.
So I went down Nolan route as well. Tenet. I think that should have a sequel just to really piss you off.
I don't think it pissed me off. I'd love to see a sequel with the protagonist being Neil. I think that would be a really good film.
Ooh. Tenet 2, The Protagonist 2 as well.
Yeah, sure.
My actual answer
you can't
is...
me.
It's no fun if you don't react. Edge of Tomorrow.
Yes.
So only because this is the one where I love the characters, I love the chemistry, I would love to see them in another film. And guess what, Carl? There's a sequel in progress.
Yeah.
There's a script.
Emily Blunt's in it.
Yeah.
But the big TC is not.
Is he not?
No.
Oh, I'm okay with that. So yeah, I would quite like to see
it's
that.
It's a shame though, because they've got their arse in gear a couple of years afterwards.
Yeah.
Good shout. Good shout.
All right, let's take a break and we'll come back with our first game. All right, let's go to a little game, Carl. So I've got like 3 different kind of games. They're all linked. This is kind of a bit of a 2024 review kind of episode, all linked to 2024.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
All of those films I've not seen.
Yeah, but don't worry. I've taken it into account and realised that you're fucking useless. So I
fair enough. Yeah.
have to adapt for you. So the first one is called 2020 For Your Eyes Only. Like
Good.
that?
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to name 10 movies, and you have to say whether during 2024 only you have seen it. So 2020 for my eyes only. Only I have seen it. So you would say 2020 for your eyes only.
Yeah.
Or whether neither of us have seen it. 2020 for their eyes only, as in the rest of the population.
Oh, I would have gone with no eyes only.
You can do that if you want.
Might do. Well, let's see, because I always forget the rules.
Yes, it's true.
So I sort of get the gist of the game, but forget the actual the mechanism, what I have to say. So
Indeed.
it's how I end up with things like Christmas roosters, isn't it?
Indeed. So 10 movies, some of which you will have seen.
Yes.
Some of which I will have seen. Some of which neither of us will have seen.
Yeah, good.
Okay?
Oh, I remember that bit. It's the bit I'm supposed to say. I'll forget. Yeah.
That's fine. So, yeah, you'll pick it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first movie, Challengers.
Right, now I haven't seen that. Right. So are we dealing here with a for your eyes only, or a for no eyes only, or for their eyes only?
That is the game.
That is the game.
And you got it right.
I told you I get
you got the phrasing right, so that's good.
Yeah, I told you the gist of the game. Let's say for your eyes only.
For your eyes only, yes, I have seen that. You have not.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one, The Holdovers.
Now, this is for our eyes only.
Yes, it is. Yes, we have both seen that
Yes.
this year, just about. I think it came right at the start.
Yeah.
Well,
actually, in the US, it probably came out just before Christmas, right?
Christmas movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, this is what we've seen this year, 2024, last year. Shit. Before Midnight. So remind me, have you seen this?
Midnight is Midnight the one I hate, or is that the no? Midnight is the one I haven't seen yet.
Yes.
I think you watched this again after or in preparation for our episode, and then we're really disappointed that we couldn't talk about it. So that would be for our eyes only.
Would it?
For your eyes only, because I haven't seen it. That's the thing I say when I haven't seen it.
Yes.
Which I know.
Because you haven't seen it.
Because I haven't seen it,
Yeah.
For your eyes only, yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, that's correct. Next one, GoldenEye.
That's the top-rated Brosnan movie. Now, that means you've seen it. I think I watched that last year, which means it's for your eyes only.
Correct, well done.
Yeah.
Doing well so far. Unforgiven.
We both watched that after watching Gran Torino because it's a far superior film of Clint Eastwood's. So that would be for our eyes only.
Well done. Okay, Poor Things.
Now you haven't seen this yet, but you should because you really like Emma Stone. The question is, did I watch that this year? Because I can't remember when it came out. I don't think it was 2024. I think that was a 2023. I think that was around in last year's Oscar buzz. In fact, it did. It won an Oscar and it really fucking shouldn't have done. Or she won an Oscar. I think I watched it fairly close to release. That close to release? I'd seen it by the time the Oscars rolled around, but they're like, what, March
April,
or something? So that doesn't help. Let's say I watched it this year. You haven't. So that means it's for my eyes only.
Correct, well done. Okay, 4 more to go. Despicable Me 4.
I only got halfway through that. Does that count? And you said you'd watched that. I can't remember exactly when. I don't think it's been out that long. So let's say for our eye only.
Our eye only, just the one.
Yeah.
Because you only watched half of it.
I only watched half of it.
No, I've not seen it.
Oh, you've not seen it?
Yeah,
Okay,
so I'm going to say that would be for my eye only, or your only.
For my eye, for my eye only.
I don't know if you've... Long Legs?
Oh, I've not seen that. I can't remember you mentioning it. So let's say for no eyes only.
Correct. Emma has seen it, though, but I did not watch. She watched it when I wasn't in the house. She watched a new movie that I hadn't seen when I wasn't in.
You'd rather she'd been shagging someone else, hadn't you?
Dick move, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I could cope with, but this, whew.
God, outrageous. The Beekeeper.
Now you've watched this. Jason Statham? Or
It is Jason Statham.
I
yeah.
haven't watched this.
You really should.
And the only reason we'd have been discussing it is if you'd watched it this year, unless it was at the very, very start of our podcast journey. And I don't think it was, so I'm going to say For Your Eyes Only.
It is For Your Eyes Only. Yes, well done. And last one, Alien Romulus.
I haven't seen it. Have you? We've talked about it. I don't know that you have watched it, so I'm going to say For Their Eyes Only.
Correct. You got 9 out of 10, Carl. Well done.
Pretty happy with that.
Good
Yeah,
work.
pretty
Good
happy
work. All right. We've got another 3 games.
I just want you to know, by the way,
Yeah, go on.
a lot of that game is just
Memory.
me remembering what you've said on this podcast.
I know, right?
If this was the other way,
I'd be fucked.
no way
No.
do you listen to me that closely.
100%.
No way.
No.
I just want to get that on the record.
You do talk a lot, though. It's quite hard to keep concentrating for that long.
Yeah, but listen, if you listen to what I said instead of what you think I've said, we'd actually probably save a bit of back and forth. So you'd reduce the amount I talk, right? So let's just get that on the record.
All right, we've just got past Christmas. So there's another question from Willsby, who says, what is the worst Christmas movie that you have seen?
Right, we've got to have a bit of criteria here. Because there's a whole channel, Hallmark.
Oh, I mean...
There's your Christmas
I've not seen
24s. Oh, well, they're all the same.
Yeah, I know, but I don't watch them. That's
Absent
why.
Father, The Hot New Man in Town is that they've just moved
Sometimes
to...
he's made of snow, you know.
Yeah, sometimes, but it's all along, you've seen one cinema. We've got to rule all those out. This has got to be
I
a
don't watch them.
recognisable...
I basically make a rule of I'm not watching a Christmas movie which I know is going to be shit. As in, there are literally thousands. You search for Christmas movies of the same film of a attractive man and an attractive lady standing back to back with a snowman behind them or some snow or a Christmas tree. And it's something about...
Look, kids, new daddy.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah,
So-
you'd love it.
No, I'm a bit worried that, I would just be like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
There's thousands of them.
Another new dad. Oh, lovely.
So, actively avoid them so they don't count. So, there are some Hollywood ones, right? I looked on Rotten Tomatoes list here of lowly rated Christmas movies.
Yeah, but there's some stinkers of ratings on there.
I know, right? So, Home Alone 3, fair enough, never seen that, don't want to.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. Never seen it, but no. 4 Christmases. So that's
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn and what's her name? She was in Wild.
Witherspoon.
Witherspoon, thank you. I have seen that. Very few memories of it. I'm sure it wasn't like dreadful.
I've only seen bits and pieces of it. But I'm sort of with you. I find it hard to believe it's as bad as the Rotten Tomatoes rating suggests. It's down at like 20% or something.
Fred Claus as well.
Fred Claus I just started the other day, but then we got distracted, so I need to finish that one. It's not that bad.
Oh, yeah, I thought I quite liked it. I mean, the poster is absolutely awful. Interesting. Someone on I keep saying, right, you know what I've noticed I say a lot on this podcast? Oh, interestingly. And it's like, well, we'll be a fucking judge of that, mate.
yeah, it's not for you to decide that, is it?
But on Bluesky, someone had posted like a picture of the Fred Claus poster. And it's like, none of these people on the poster were in the same room at the point where this poster was taken. It's like Vince Vaughn with his head transplanted onto something random. There's Giamatti, I think he plays Santa Claus, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Hanging off a sled. That's not him either. There's other. It just looks awful. It's like, come on, you get paid to make a poster. Like, use fucking clip art would be better.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But it's not that bad.
But Jingle All the Way as well is also on
That's
there.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like 20%, 15% or something like that.
It's absolutely fine.
Crazy.
Do you know what else is on that list? The Santa Claus.
The first one.
Yeah.
I know the
one with
third one's
Moore.
on that sort of
No,
list.
not the Santa Claus as in
Santa
the
Claus
contractual
the movie.
clause.
Santa Claus the movie one.
Yeah, Santa Claus the movie 1970, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's got like 22% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Crazy.
Which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it's a solid gold Christmas film. That.
So my answer to this of an actual Christmas movie that I did not like was Saving Santa.
Okay.
Animation, Martin Freeman as a voice. Not good. Not good at all.
Yeah.
Did not enjoy it. There was one line in it which we still actually quote after watching it a few years ago, where he gets hit in the balls with something, snowball or something. Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, right in the gingerbread basket."
No, it should have gone right in the bubbles there. But
Yeah, it would have been better, but maybe not quite as kid friendly, I guess. You, Carl? What have you
You're
got?
joking, aren't you? Yeah. Kids going around the playground. I was talking about balls.
Maybe.
Yeah. So it could have been Red One because I didn't hate Red One. It's a very bad film, but I have actually gone for the Santa Claus 3.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
I really like the Santa Claus.
Yeah, big fan.
I'm happy to watch
Santa
the Santa Claus 2
fine,
because we're living on fumes. But whatever.
Yep.
Damn those fumes, be good. Santa Claus 3. No, they've shut the bed by that point.
That's the one with like Jack Frost or something.
Yes.
Bad CGI.
Yes.
All bad. Yeah, fair enough. Can pretty much agree with you on that one. All right. One more question, and we'll get to another little game. So we're going to go for another one from Kira. So, who is the actor or actress that you hate to love?
Okay.
Challenging one, this. Challenging one. So I'll kick things off because Carl's still trying to find his place in the notes.
I'm there.
So he's just come up actually. Vince Vaughn, right? Mm-hmm. I kind of enjoy watching Vince Vaughn in everything, even when he's completely phoning it in, even when he's basically built his whole career off one type of role, which even though he can actually act and do more. So I've kind of, as I said, maybe Vince Vaughn. The other one is just because I'm a big basic bitch, is that I really like Tom Hanks and everything he does, and I feel like that's just a big basic bitch move. So I should probably be a bit more complex.
Rebellious. No, I shouldn't.
I know, right?
I should be more interesting than this.
Exactly. Yeah, I should go a bit indie or off piece. And I'm just like,
nonsense,
no, I fucking love him.
You do you. Well, mine was for a long old while. It was DiCaprio. But I've made my peace with him.
But now you just love to love him.
Yeah, we're on good terms now, me and Leo.
Is he alongside Tommy C yet?
No. He's a good actor, but let's just keep it cool. So I think mine actually is Kevin Spacey. I've always thought he was a slimy cunt, even before the allegations.
He plays very good slimy cunts, though. That's the thing.
It's hard to argue he's not a really good actor.
Yeah. What did I watch recently? Seven. He was in Seven. And he's not in it for very long, but he leaves an impression. And then Usual Suspects, you've watched that recently?
Yeah, Usual Suspects. One of the first things I remember him being in and hating him was LA Confidential.
He's great in that.
He is, and it's like, oh god, this smarmy cunt. It's like, yes,
he's smarmy.
You're supposed to feel that way. He is a smarmy cunt. So yeah, I think it's Kevin Spacey.
Problematic.
Problematic indeed.
But fair enough. Okay, we'll do another game. How about another little game?
I love another game.
Okay. Right. So actually, we've been sent in a game, Carl.
Yes.
Should we do that game?
We have been sent in a game.
So we have been. Do you want to introduce the game, and then I'll deliver the game?
Johnny, friend of the pod, has sent us some Polish translations of movies, and then the literal English translation.
Yeah.
And we have to guess what the movie is.
Are we doing this as a team? Are we going to try? He didn't come up with a name for this game, did he?
No.
Amateur.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do this as a team and try and figure out together?
Yes, but you read them first.
Going for the top. Okay, so the first one. Scanner Polipica.
Nope.
No? Go on.
Now, I don't know a lot about the Polish language. SZ-ish sound.
Scanner.
So scanner.
Plapka.
Plapka, we assume.
Scanner Plapka, which translates literally as glass trap or glass trap, depending on where you are. So glass, smashy mirrors in the mirror.
Could be glass onion.
Could be glass onion. Oh, I quite like glass onion. But would have glass? Would that be the thing? Glass onion. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Number 2. Elektroniczny.
Nope.
No. Electronic.
The only other thing I know about the Polish language,
okay,
I believe, is a CZ sound is more of a ch sound.
Ch. So electron. How do you put ch and an ny?
Electronic. We assume.
Electroniczny Modercha. Moderka?
Modercha sounds all right, doesn't it?
Modercha? It can't have two things that make it sound fine. Electronic murderer.
So it won't be murder, it'd be killer.
Killer. Yeah. Kill. This would work a lot better if he could give us clues as we were going.
Should we give him a ring?
Would that work?
It might do. Let's have a go.
All right, let's pause for a second and we'll give
We'll just do it.
we're just doing it live.
We're
Okay, great.
The thing is, right, what's great about this is he hates taking a phone call.
It's like full stop.
Yeah.
Or just from you.
No, just in general, he just gets
Feels
really
like
anxious.
I feel like I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yeah. Lad, clues, right?
You're live
You're
on
on- you're
Move
on
the
air,
Needle. Do not
right?
swear. Actually, no, you can fucking swear.
Oh, you can swear. Right, we're on electronic murderer, right?
You need some clues.
Clues.
Okay. How obvious do you want it to be?
Oh, no, it's just,
Put us in the right direction.
yeah, a little steer.
It's a single title, a single word for the title in English.
Oh.
See, I said Thor, didn't I?
You
It
did
was just
say
like
Thor.
electric. That's not electronic.
It's not electronic. Thor's not
And he's not a
electronic.
murderer, so that doesn't really work.
I don't know. I've never met the bloke. Do we need another
I mean,
one?
I reckon you will probably kick yourself for not.
What's the next one?
The next... Oh, well.
Oh, this is good now because you have to read it
Oh,
out.
shit. All right, okay, so the next one. Niebetschna Produsk. Or...
Just give him a Holston pills. Right, I need to get.
I mean, Polish is hard. I'm sorry. I apologise to everyone associated with Poland. So that translates...
Piękna Przedkość.
Oh my god.
That's what I said.
Oh, so yeah, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. That's exactly.
That's what I said. Dangerous speed.
Niebezpieczna prędkość.
Oh, there we go.
No, it's like listening to Google Translate.
It's
Yeah.
good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So dangerous speed. Could that just be speed?
I think that's just speed,
Is it just
isn't it?
speed?
Yeah, that's just speed.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, the next one. Liberator. Wait, is that right? Is it just Liberator? That doesn't seem right.
It's just liberator. It's not a Polish word. For some reason, they changed the title of it.
All right, Liberator. Equalizer. No.
Yeah, Equalizer's
Free
a good
guy.
No, free guy.
Liberate. You're freeing people.
I like Equalizer.
Equalizer.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, we'll go Equalizer. You writing these down?
yeah. They're
Really
writing them
not.
down up
Right,
here.
yeah. Steel trap that brain, isn't it? Okay, Christ. Jutro Bedeci Futro.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Tomorrow there'll be fur.
Jutro będzie futro.
That's what I said.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Yeah,
I don't
yes,
know,
that's it.
they're just finicky, aren't they?
So tomorrow there'll be fur.
You will never get this one.
A fur
A
coat.
fur coat. Tomorrow there'll be fur.
I mean, sometimes though, they change the name of the film, don't they? So you know what I think this is?
Go on.
101 Dalmatians. That's what I think this is.
Okay. I mean, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah. That's what we'll
That
go
is a
with.
hell of a translation.
No, because sometimes they just change the names.
Yeah.
So that won't be called 101 Dalmatians. We're going to make a coat out of these fucking dogs.
Okay. I like it.
That's what
101
it'll be called.
Dalmatians. Okay.
The
we'll
Poles
stick
are
with
mad
that.
for it.
Oh, Christ. Looking at the next one.
Savages.
All right. Oh, Jesus. Okay. We've got Virochi Sex.
Spinning sex.
Spinning sex. Spinning.
Virujący sex.
Right.
Oh, spinning sex.
Almost there, says the wife.
Yeah.
We've got what's the one with oh Christ, what's it called? The really bad good film. Isn't it a Paul Verhoeven one?
Oh,
Like a-
Showgirls.
Showgirls. No. Nymphomaniac. What are we going for sex here?
Not Nymphomaniac. There's no spinning.
Spinning. I'm not very good at this. This is why I design the games and don't play them.
We just have to go Showgirls. We shit out on that one.
Okay, that's shite. I mean, there's a letter that's not even in the alphabet here. What do I do
Just
with this?
say L. Just looks
It's an
the
L.
same, doesn't
Looks
it?
more
Yeah.
like a T.
Oh no, it's pronounced like a W. This
W.
Yes, of course it is.
So what?
L with a line is pronounced like a W.
Of course. Okay. Vovka Androidov. I've gone a bit Russian, I apologize.
Yeah, and Android.
It's got to be Blade Runner.
Okay, yeah, good. I'm glad you're here because I've not seen that.
Yeah.
I would have said Turner, and well done.
I think Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Okay.
He would have translated Blade Runner as well. He loves it.
Jack Zostak Krollum. How to Become a King.
Isn't there actually a film called The Kingmaker?
Not that I know of. I imagine it's a film we've
Right,
heard
give
of.
us a clue for that one, Johnny.
The word king is in the English title.
Kingsman?
Literally the only film I can think of is a King's Speech. I don't think it's that.
Maybe. Let's go for it.
All right.
And last one. Oh, Christ. Right. Oh, my God. I can't even. Najbrvstraj Potom.
Lie, no, see, why?
Zvirac.
Lie.
Najpierw strzelaj.
Yes.
Strzelaj. Yeah?
Yeah.
How would you say that?
Here we go.
Najpierw.
Najpierw strzelaj, potem zwiedzaj.
There we go. Shoot first, explore later.
Are you going for shoot 'em up there, do you think? I mean, The Departed, in terms of the ending and all the rest of it, like fits the...
We'll go for The Departed then.
All right, go on.
All right, we need some answers then.
Right, since you're here, Johnny, run down and give us the answers then.
Right, you want the answer now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, Szklanka Polapka. Glass Trap is the translation. The film is Die Hard.
Oh.
He's in a glass tower. Yep. He's
Yeah.
trapped. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't get that. We said glass onion.
Yeah,
we
we
went
said
a bit
glass onion.
literal.
That was not so good.
Glass Onion, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Elektroniczny morderca. Electronic Murderer is Terminator.
You said Terminator for another one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're not doing well so far. 0 out of 2.
Yeah,
Next.
yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we might be all right with this one, surely. If this is Speed 2, I'll be fuming.
No, just Speed.
Yes, that's one.
Yeah. In Polish, the first one's just Brekoshigate or whatever it is, and then the second one's Dangerous Speed. Yeah.
They've really pushed it this time.
Yeah, it's Dangerous Speed. It was safe before. Right, go on. Yeah. Well, one from 3.
What did you say this was?
Not Free Guy. What did we go
Equalizer.
with? Equalizer. Yeah.
Kind of along the right lines, but think more early 90s with the now questionable action star.
Gibson.
Under Siege.
Oh, I was going to say Seagal as
very
well.
good.
Fucking
Okay,
hell, Under Siege.
Seagal. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Tomorrow there'll be fur. Is this 101 Dalmatians?
Tomorrow there'll be a fur coat, which is a Polish saying, is it? It's a
Ah,
Polish saying.
You're right.
What did you say it was?
I thought it was 101 Dalmatians.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, I fucking not seen it.
How?
Never get that.
How does that correlate?
All right, what's Spinning Sex?
Spinning Sex is Dirty Dancing.
Oh, should have got that one.
Should have got that, yeah.
Should have got that one.
So Android Hunters, not you Blade Runner. You thought,
Blade
yeah,
Runner.
yeah.
You were correct with Blade Runner.
Yes,
Yeah.
2. Okay. How to become a king.
What's
What's
that?
your answer?
What did we say for that one? How to become a king? The King's
Kingsman.
Speech. I think you meant.
Kingsman or
No,
King's
Kingsman.
Speech.
Kingsman. Yeah. What is it?
You were correct with the King's Speech.
Yes, that's actually what we were for.
That
That's
is what
three.
you.
I'm counting that one.
Put, yeah. First, how to
And
become
last
a king,
one, shoot
right.
first, explore later.
And you said The Departed.
We did.
In Bruges.
In Bruges.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, completely changed the, that's
All
fine.
right.
Well, thank you
What
very
did we
much.
get there? Fucking 2.5 from 8 or whatever.
Yeah, see how that sounds on the podcast. See
Good
if you
stuff.
make the cut.
Yeah. Right.
Thank you.
Good. Yeah. Nice one. In a bit, mate. Bye, mate.
All right, well, that was the unnamed game that we sucked at. But thank you to Johnny and his wife.
Yeah, we'll cut that out. Bloody Polish.
Should we take a break and we'll come back with some more questions?
Yeah.